All right, here we go. Game week 20 is around the corner and game week 19 is almost over. But we're going to take a quick review at how my game week 20 did, take a look at my transfer plans, and sort of discuss what direction I want to be heading in. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys. Now, first, public announcement. My laptop has been buggy, all right? Real buggy. It's reached that stage. I think it's been about like just over 2 years. So please bear with me if there's any freeze and cut. I've really tried to do everything I can just to give you guys a really smooth piece of content. So please bear with me there. But yeah, let's get into it. So I've gotten a red arrow. I got one more game left, which is the Arsenal and Brentford game. 2 assets, which is Gabriel and Raya. I think regardless of what happens there, I'm still going to have my red arrow. So I had Raya and goal, Munoz with 2 points, disappointingly there. And then Gabriel still has a game to play there as well, along with Raya. And then I got 4 points from Robinson. Another one which is disappointing, which I was really hoping to get more from. But Rogers did come through for me with a 11-pointer there, but he is booked. So sadly, we are going to have to contemplate about a replacement for him. Saw as well with a disappointing return. Yeah, man. You know what? The thing is not to panic at this time. You know, with all these people like not returning, like honestly, Palmer again and Salah again, you know, returning. Cunha this time disappointingly getting a knock and being substituted early. Jackson only coming in the second half and not doing anything. Isak grabbing a goal there. Then on the bench, I had Virgil van Dijk, who I put in first because I felt like now these guys are going to get a clean sheet. But you just never know because you're like, oh, Robinson, and I feel like Munoz's games were much better, you know, and at the same time, Liverpool's defense hadn't necessarily been informed. So I was just like, yeah, just put him first in case of anything. And I was really hoping Jackson doesn't come through. And then he does, of course. Ahmed there, of course, expected that. And then Collinswood playing Arsenal, which I don't expect anything. And it's not like he's going to come on anyway. So, yeah, that's what it is. In the Fantasy Football G League, the tempestuous sea is running away with it, guys. Absolutely just running away. He played his bench boost today, which has just helped me even further as well. I think in terms of fixtures and his assets as well, definitely, you know, good assets to play it as well. I think, I don't know, just getting into the mind of the manager. I think he was just getting a chip out the way so that he can focus on a chip strategy for the remainder of the season. I think when you have too many chips, it kind of becomes difficult as to which ones you should play. So I don't mind. I think that was a very good call as well, and it's definitely worked out for him. Any D coming past, killer squad there like a smooth criminal. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? That was really good. Not too far though, but we gotta close that gap there at number 1, and then we got Green Arrow Gang as well at number 4. Right behind him, team name updating us all. Welcome back up in the top 5, my man. And Dallas Dominators as well, dropping a bit there, but staying in that top 10 along with Pedro Porro coming back in. Right behind him is Menu Shu Sun and Marcel Oscar staying in the top 10, and the Stingers FC getting a big sting, dropping down at number 10. Like I said, there's one more game left, so things could definitely change. But speaking about changes, let's see what my transfer plans are for this game week. I definitely want to make some changes myself. But before we speak about that, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button. Really goes a long way. The aim of the game is likes just for this one. Start small, 10. Really appreciate it. And if you're loving the content, then hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate everybody who has subscribed this year. I think the channel's grown massively since I took over. So really appreciate that. Want to give you guys more content throughout next year as well. So let's get into it. Let us take a look at my transfer plans for next game week, which would be in 2025 now. There we go. There is my computer doing that thing again, the one I was telling you guys about. Yeah. So help me out here, guys. There we go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Cool. So my transfer plans is definitely Cunha's definitely gonna come out. The one man I'm thinking about is Wood. I haven't necessarily considered Raul Jimenez because I feel like his minutes aren't necessarily all that secured, especially in terms of 90. Wood is on penalties. He's going to be playing Wolves without Cunha there. I think that he can definitely, sneak something in. So I'm very happy to bring him in as well. And then considering, because Rogers has his ban and one of it will be served in the cups. I believe it's the FA Cup third round that we'll be playing. So it will be the Premier League game against Leicester and that FA Cup round. So he will be back for the next game, which is a Everton, and the fixtures after that are good. Yeah, so I'm thinking about it, and my thoughts really is a Morgan Gibbs because, again, even their fixtures as well are slowly starting to turn. I think, fine, they got Chelsea straight after the Wolves game, but then after that, they got some good games as well. I think they play Southampton as well, so I am considering them. But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't want to make a wasted transfer. Like, I remember saying to you guys, my aim for just to this point was trying to maintain this high rank, or aiming to be within the top 100k, so that I could then start to really try and make gains to the top 10k. So I'm still there. I'm actually happy still with my rank in terms of the fact that like I'm in the hundred thousands, just below 300k. I don't think I'm far away from 100k. The points are still very close, so I can make it. But now it's really gonna need me to make some really, I think, brave, careful, well thought, educated moves as well, and at the same time also lucky, because I think luck is a huge part of this game as well. As much as we could all be very informative of the decisions that we make, at the end of the day, luck comes into as to whether or not it works out or it doesn't. So those are the things that I'm really going to need the next few, in fact, the rest of the season, because now that I didn't finish in that 100k spot, now I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool, I need to make gains. Like, number one from me, I think is close to 200 away. Already, Joseph in our league is stretching the gap at about 100 from me. So you can imagine, it's like, oof, just to catch Joseph, I'm gonna have to make those type of moves, So we'll see. But with that in mind, let's take a look at what I'm thinking of to make those type of strides, and that's like taking a punt on Mbuemo in such a fixture like Southampton versus Brentford. But now I don't want to forget about what I said when it comes to form. You see, the reason why I also thought of Gibbs White is because he's slowly picking up the form he's returned in the past 2 games. And they're playing Wolves, of the team that's at the bottom as well. Yeah, fine. Wolves has definitely shown to play a lot better with the new coach in mind. But I do think, Nottingham Forest has definitely shown they're at the moment performing like a top 4 team. So I think Gibbs and Wood could definitely grab something from those games. And if not, like I mentioned, I'm thinking of Mbuemo, who hasn't necessarily showed the form, but the fixture is definitely looking a lot better. But to make even that, I'd have to also free up at least 0.1. And I'm like, okay, well, if I'm not going to go for Gibbs then, and I'm going to go for Mbuemo, then I might as well go for Aina and remove Virgil van Dijk, who will be playing against Manchester United, who I think they can concede against. But it's me again just opening up another Liverpool spot in case I also want to jump up to a Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's also rising in price, like skyrocketing in all honesty. Virgil just hasn't done it. That in itself was a move that didn't make out. It's clear and obvious, when Trent is flying, then he's a better option. And I feel like Aina being an attacking option as well in defense, Nottingham Forest defense, which is very sound. He's definitely somebody that I could bring in. There are others I've definitely considered, but I just think looking at the fixtures and the turn of fixtures and the form as well, I feel like Nottingham Forest's form and fixtures coming up are really good. Newcastle as well. Technically, I've also got some good fixtures coming up after Tottenham, but I'm happy to bring in Aina there. Hall is definitely an option as well. But really happy to bring in Aina there as well. So those are the ones that I am considering, but definitely going to be bringing in Wood. So let's take a look at what my bus team basically looks like going into game week 20. Having made that substitution, I would have Raya and goal starting there against Brighton, and then I'd have Virgil van Dijk with Man United and Gabriel next to him, along with Robinson and Collins, because they are playing Southampton. Then Salah with the captaincy and Palmer in the midfield along with Sa there. They're playing each other. And then you'd have Isak playing against Tottenham away, along with Wood playing Wolves away, and Nicholas Jackson, who himself as well hasn't necessarily been in the best of form, but the fixtures are still there, so don't really want to look elsewhere. And then we got Ahmad, Munoz, and Rogers on the bench, of course. So yeah, I think, like I said, I don't want to lose myself, but I do feel like I'm spiraling down. And I think sometimes, there's some cases, a lot in fact, where, and it's happened to me early in the beginning, where, if you take really good calculated hits, you can really reap from those decisions. So yeah, considering, but I don't want to go too much. I think if I do take a hit, it would really be like a panty hit, and it would be for something like a Gibbs for Morgan Rogers, because again, Morgan Rogers comes back to play Everton away, and I'm like, God, this Leicester fixture was the fixture for me. So I'm like, do I really want him to come? But then again, he's got other good fixtures coming up, West Ham as well. So I'm like, hey, form over fixtures. I should be going over form. This season has proven it. Like, for example, Hall is in form, Newcastle's in form, the Nottingham Forest defense is in form. So, Murphy's in form as well. There's an option in the midfield that I could be bringing in as well, who's got some fixtures coming up. Gibbs as well, his form is starting to pick up. He's got 2 returns from 2, and that's what I'm starting to pick up. Like, okay, how do I hop onto the next guy who's starting to get into form? Because when somebody gets 2 returns, you ignore them. You're like, he's been quiet, not really gonna. But hey, had we all jumped onto Jacob Murphy, we would have gotten points, So yeah, those are the type of people that I'm looking for, and I think Gibbs could be that, and that's where the luck element comes in. So that's the thoughts that I have when it comes to my transfer plans and moves. You guys let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think it's going to be worth it? If I take maybe a hit, should I go for a Gibbs or should I go for a Buemo? I will be covering a wild card, since the wild card now is active to play for us after the game week 19 deadline, and then just taking a look at which are the best teams, looking at the next 5 fixtures, and then seeing who are the best picks, and that will be my transfer targets video, which will come up next tomorrow. So apart from that, I've got some good content for you guys to enjoy here and here, so please enjoy that, and remember, hit that like button as well as subscribe. Really would appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.